Hi, Rory here from HypnoTC, the Hypnotherapy Training Company at our fantastic venue, the Royal Horse Guards Hotel, where we do all of our diploma training. That's not what this video is about. This video is all about progressive relaxation inductions, or sometimes known as progressive inductions, a very common way of hypnotizing somebody, especially used by hypnotherapists. It's one of the inductions that are taught as the kind of staple, the go-to induction for the majority of hypnotherapists all around the world. And the reason for that is because progressive inductions, they just work. You know, they are a fantastic tool to get somebody into hypnosis. However, the one potential drawback that some people face is that the way that they are taught to do progressive inductions tends to be very long-winded. However, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. More on that in a moment. So with a progressive induction, it can be made up of various different elements. So one of the key elements of a progressive induction is the relaxation element. And that's why sometimes it's just called a progressive relaxation induction. The idea is that you get the person to begin to relax from their feet all the way up to their head, and you do it gradually, body part by body part, as you describe that relaxation building. So that's a really common way of, inducing a state of hypnosis with a progressive induction. Another one that's fairly similar, slightly different, is the tension and release type of suggestion. So rather than just suggesting that they relax, you can give them the suggestion to tense their body parts, then relax them, and notice the difference. That's fantastic for your clients who struggle to connect to relaxation, or who say, oh, I can't relax. Most people are able to relax, but this is a fantastic way to show them that they can relax. Otherwise, they'd be walking around tense all day, and it doesn't really happen that way. Counting is another addition to a lot of progressive inductions, so a countdown included in that process. Whether that goes alongside a visualization or not, it depends on the hypnotherapist who's doing it. We tend to like to use a visualization alongside the count, whether that's visualizing you're walking down 10 stairs into a nice relaxing place at the bottom, or walking through the woods and you count the trees as you walk past them. Maybe you'll imagine laying on a beach and you see the clouds passing in the sky, and the clouds are in the shapes of numbers as they dissolve away. That's a fantastic addition to a progressive induction. So going back to the progressive relaxation part, so going from relaxing the body from the feet up to the head, the reason that we do it feet to head rather than head to feet is because it's a lot easier to relax your extremities and then gradually bring that up, rather than relaxing your head first, because obviously your head contains all of your thoughts. Your head is where all the information is being processed, so to try and relax that at the very start of a process would be a lot trickier. That's why we start at the feet. By the time you get to like the chest level, the head's already fairly relaxed by that point anyway. And in terms of when you're delivering a progressive induction, another key thing to consider is the suggestions that you're using, the hypnotic suggestions. And obviously, a lot of people rely on hypnosis scripts. However, it's a really good idea to be able to work script-free, to be able to rely on your innate knowledge of hypnotic suggestions and the hypnotic language as a hypnotherapist. So rather than just directly telling the person what you want them to do, relax your feet, now relax your ankles, now relax your calves, it can get a bit monotonous. It can be a really good idea to incorporate more indirect or conversational style suggestions as well as direct suggestions for those people who don't necessarily appreciate being told what to do. So it's a really good idea to have that mix. So for example, you can allow yourself to relax your feet now. Now move that relaxation up to your ankles and to your calves. Perhaps one of your legs is relaxing more than the other. You can go on relaxing and move that relaxation up. So it was indirect, direct, indirect, direct. It's nice to kind of seesaw between the two, and it feels a lot nicer than being told what to do. As mentioned previously, one of the downsides of progressive inductions is that a lot of hypnotherapists are only taught a really long-winded version. And there are some schools that actually, are teaching that you need to do like 30, 40 minutes, nearly an hour of just the induction process. That's my entire therapy session time, pretty much. So how are you going to have any time left to do therapy? I don't know. In general, we recommend that a progressive induction, even a fairly lengthy one, would probably take about 10 minutes tops. And that's a long one. You know, you can do a 5-minute progressive induction. You can do a 3-minute progressive induction. You can even summarize it super quickly and do like a 30-second progressive induction. For example, feel free to watch this now, but don't go into hypnosis. Just watch it for the experience. You're going to get to go into hypnosis if you'd like to in a moment when Kate demonstrates the full progressive induction. But as an example of a really quick progressive induction, I would suggest that the person with their eyes closed focuses their attention on the lower half of your body. So focus your attention on your legs now. And I'd like you to relax all of the muscles from your hips all the way down, past your knees, down to the tips of your toes. Relax them completely with every breath, taking that relaxation even deeper into those muscles. And now allow that relaxation to move up to your stomach, to your chest, to your shoulders, relaxing. Move it all the way down your arms, to your hands and your fingertips, as it also moves up to your jaw, your mouth, all the muscles around your eyes, your mouth, your head, and over the top of your head, down your back, relaxing all the way back down to your feet once more. And now you can open your eyes if you were watching that. 1, 2, 3, eyes open, wide awake. That's just a really quick, it was like 30-second example of a quick progressive induction, but it really can be that easy. You then move on to some deepeners and doing your hypnotherapy work. So for now, I'm going to pass you over to Kate for a bit more information on the progressive induction before you get to experience it for yourself.
So Roy's already given you some great information about progressive inductions. A couple of other factors that it's worth considering, and the first is, why would you choose to use a progressive induction? And I often will use them as a result of client expectations. I tend to ask my clients, how do you expect to go into hypnosis? Now, if they say, oh, are you going to click your fingers and I'll magically be there? That's sort of telling me, I think they're going to expect a rapid induction or something a bit quicker. If in contrast they say, oh, well, I think it'll be quite relaxing, quite floaty, quite drifty, I'm like, I'm already getting an idea of what they're looking for, what they expect. And it's a lot easier, it's a lot better for a client to keep rapport, if you can, to go with what they're expecting. Another reason why you might choose to use a progressive induction is if the client needs to settle a little bit. Say, for example, you're in your therapy room and your client has had a nightmare of a journey getting to you. They've been stressed, they've been sat in traffic, and they're like, oh, they've all of this, and they just need a little bit of time to relax. You might choose a relaxing induction and get on with the hypnosis work rather than helping them relax out of hypnosis. So that's another reason. And the third reason, it's a little bit sneaky, but it's still relevant. Sometimes as a therapist, you might want some thinking time. And you're going to know your progressive induction inside out. So by using a longer progressive induction, you can think about the work that you're going to do. I'm going to take that one step further. You may not be sure how your client is going to react, whether they're going to settle easily, how they get on with relaxing. And by giving them something to do, in other words, to relax, you can monitor how they start to relax and take it from there. So then you might decide to do an even longer one, maybe 5 minutes, or make it a little bit briefer, maybe just 1 or 2 minutes. So you've got a lot of flexibility with progressive inductions. You really can make them a lovely long experience with visualizations that Rory was talking about, or you might decide actually they've settled beautifully, let's wrap it up and just move on to the actual therapy work. So, talking of progressive inductions, I'm going to demonstrate to you in a moment a type of progressive induction. And this type uses both the imagination and relaxation. So I'm going to be asking you to imagine tensing and then really relaxing. This is actually better often for a client than getting to actually tense and then relax, because somebody may have soreness in their body, so actually tensing could exacerbate that soreness, whereas imagining it is simply using the imagination. Now, before we start the demonstration, please only participate in this demonstration if it's safe and appropriate for you to do so. If you're driving, if anybody's listening and they're driving, if you're operating machinery, if you're doing anything where it isn't appropriate to go into hypnosis, just save it for later. Press pause and come back to us. But for now, what I would like you to do, if it's right for you to do so, is to pop your feet flat on the floor, to sit comfortably, and to take a nice deep breath all the way in. And as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close. And for a moment, focusing on your breathing. Focus on breathing in relaxation and breathing out any and all unnecessary tension. And as you focus on your breathing, I'd like you to also focus on your feet and your ankles. And just imagine tensing all of the muscles in your feet and ankles. And now, really relax them. Relax them completely. That's right. As you now focus on your calves and your knees. And imagine all of those muscles in your calves and your knees. Imagine those tensing. And now, really relax those muscles. That's good, well done. Focusing now on your thighs and on your hips. Imagine all of those muscles in your thighs and your hips really tensing as you now really relax those muscles, letting go of unnecessary tension. That's good. Focusing now on your abdomen and your buttocks, and really imagine your abdomen and your buttocks tensing, 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 and then really relax. Feel that relaxation spreading through every muscle. That's right. Again, using your imagination, as you now imagine the muscles in your chest and your back becoming tense and taut, and now really relax those muscles. Allow that relaxation to spread throughout your entire chest and your back. Focusing now on your shoulders. Imagining your shoulders becoming tense and taut and tight. And then really relaxing those shoulders. Perhaps even allowing them to drop as they let go of unnecessary tension. And you can now focus on your arms, your upper arms, your lower arms, and even your fingers. And imagine your arms tensing, tightening, becoming more and more taut, and then really relaxing, letting your arms relax completely. And now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to use your imagination and focus on your neck and your jaw. And imagine those muscles being taut and tight and tense. And now allow those muscles to relax completely. And then finally, the muscles in your face and across your scalp. Imagine those muscles really taut and tight and tense, even the little muscles around your eyes. And then relax them completely. That's good. And now what I would like you to do is just imagine your whole body once more becoming taut and tight and tense. And now allow your whole body to relax completely. That's good, well done. And you can just notice that relaxation for a moment. Because in a few moments' time, I'm going to re-alert you. And I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And at the count of 5, and only on the count of 5, you'll open your eyes and stretch fully wide awake, fully alert in every way. All normal, healthy sensations restored to every part of you back here with me, with yourself in the present. Coming back with a sense of well-being, mental and physical well-being, and knowing how well you've done during this activity. So well done you. So ready. 1, starting to reorient to the space around you. 2, feeling more alert. 3, take a deep, refreshing breath of air. 4, getting ready to open your eyes. And 5, open your eyes wide awake and have a good stretch. Well done you.
Even I feel relaxed after that. It was fantastic. Hopefully you enjoyed that wonderful experience. If you'd like to learn more about the different types of inductions and techniques that you can use as a hypnotherapist, feel free to join Kate and myself in London on our Hypnotherapy Diploma course. Visit our website, hypnotc.com, link in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below or get in touch with us directly, because we are always happy to help. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.